Hello everyone, today I'm driving the 2022 Honda Civic, the all-new 11th Gen Civic. This thing has a 1.5 liter turbo 4 under the hood, good for 180 horse and 177 pound-feet of torque, which is sent of course to the front wheels because it's a Honda Civic. Now I'm stoked to drive this thing. I think it looks quite nice overall, especially in profile. Very nice, kind of Audi A3-ish in my opinion. But the thing is, the Civic has become quite a decent handler over the years. That's kind of what the previous car, the 10th gen, was kind of known for in the segment, being a strong handler. And so let's see if this new 11th gen, with its more luxury premium focus, still has the handling chops that I've kind of come to know from the previous Civic. Try and get our lighting sorted and make sure our audio's off so don't get demonetized, because YouTube can be evil sometimes. So like I mentioned, this thing is the 1.5T. Sedans are all automatic in the 11th gen, which is kind of a bummer, but I get it. No one really buys manuals anymore except for us hardcore enthusiasts. Though Honda says you can still get the stick in the hatchback body shape with this engine if you'd like to do so. I'd probably wait for the SI or the Type R if you're a real enthusiast, but that's just my opinion. Alrighty. So, toggle this thing into sport mode. All it really does is change the accelerator mapping and the electric power steering calibration. That's kind of it. We're gonna turn traction control off down here. And that's kind of all we have to do. There's no like manual mode for the shifter or anything. It's a CVT. It has paddles, but there's no point. It's a CVT. It's just it fakes having gears. All right, we should be all set. Now, hopefully we can get a decent run. There's been quite a lot of traffic up here, even though it's pretty early. Now this 1.5T is actually pretty punchy. I'm going 30 miles an hour now. Let me just lay into it. Yeah, that's no joke. So I'm gonna try using the shift paddles. In my experience, they haven't done too much around town, but maybe it's more dynamic up here on a winding road. All right, so it says I'm in 4th gear, which is kind of cute. It's funny because it's a CVT, as soon as you shift, it really slurs the fake gear change. Oh well. It does a good enough job of keeping us in the power band, which is all you really care about. biker was hustling a big old Goldwing with some CBs on it. That must be pretty hairy. Handling those mid-corner bumps really nicely. This thing is soft, but it is well damped. Honda in the past few years has really come out swinging with good shock tuning. Mustangs. That's interesting. So it has 7 fake gears you can choose from. Honestly, just pull the trigger and leave it in drive like that. It's better off. He was getting it. I'm curious that came through on camera. He was almost touching his knee down. Okay, I had to pull over to swap out a battery pack. The GoPro got quite hot being in the sun and killed that battery rather fast, but no worries, we're back at it. All right, and away we go. Navigated that quite nicely, actually. There's not much feel through the steering, like, at all. But you can tell when it loads up the front tires. It does communicate that much. So what do you guys think so far? Are you impressed with the Civic's performance? I think for a regular Civic I am, but oh, look at that. That was nice, actually. Yeah, I think this thing does flow quite beautifully through a winding road, and that's something that the 10th gen Civic did quite well, but this sort of refinement does just feel a bit nicer, even with the extra weight. Oh wow, a SoCal TSX meeting. Haven't seen that many TSXs in years, or ever. And back on it. You know, the L15 may not have the character of older Honda engines, but the efficacy is hard to deny. Love this section of the crest. It's so nice and builds up a great flow. That really broken up pavement there, just took it with aplomb. That was great, actually. Now I'm sure right now you hear a good amount of tire noise because I'm really hustling this car and making the tires howl, but I'm quite surprised at how quiet this cabin is at speeds, you know, 60 to 70 miles an hour when you're cruising on the freeway. Definitely an improvement over the old car. Give the cyclist a little bit of room. Actually, a surprisingly clear run down. I suspect because it's early, people are still coming up the canyon rather than trying to go down at the moment, so. Cyclist. Let's see if we can get around this guy. Gotta share the road, you know. Okay, so I think you guys get a pretty good feel for what this new 11th gen Civic's all about dynamically. Well, Fiat 500 Club, that's so fun. And I think this is a good place to wrap it up. We've hit sort of the lower crest, so there's gonna be more traffic, so I'm gonna kind of slow down and drive more responsibly. So, this is a good place to wrap. As always, guys, my name is Jake. You are watching Drive, Break, Fix, Repeat, and I'll see you guys next time where I go do more fun things with cars. Bye.